This section is on scatterplots and line of best fit. There are different ways we can find the line of best fit. The best line of fit would be found using our graphing calculator or Desmos or Excel. And that's what we're going to do over in the quantitative literacy class. What I want you to do here is to find a good line of fit. Okay? I want you to find a good line of fit by hand, not using Desmos or Excel or a graphing calculator. So how would you do that? So I'm going to do that for the first problem here. It says the scatter plot shows the number of CDs that were sold from 1999 to 2005. If the trend continued, about how many CDs were sold in 2006? Well, yes, we'll figure that out too. But what I want to do is to find out the line of a good line of fit here by hand. And that's what I'm going to want you to do for the rest of these problems. So I'm going to draw a line here as best I can. And I want this line to be a good representation of these points. So I'm not going to draw my line to look like this. That wouldn't be good. I'm not going to make it look like this because obviously these points are going negative. I'm not going to make it way down here because the points are above it. I want to make it go through here and kind of end up with about the same amount of points on top and bottom, as much as possible. So I think that looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do to find a line of fit is to pick 2 points on this line that come pretty close to it. Let's see, I'm going to pick, these are kind of hard to choose. We'll pick this point, and I'm going to call that point the year 2000. And let's see, it's almost 950. Let's just, to make it easy, let's say it's 940 there. And then another point, let's choose this one. So that would be the year 2002. And we'll say that point is 810. We'll just get as close as we can there. And I'm going to find a line of fit between these points. So basically, we're going to do what we've been doing, find the slope, find the Y-intercept, and there we'll have our line. So the slope would be subtract the y's over subtract the x's. And it's not telling me to use x equals 0 for, I guess it would be 98 here, which you could do, and I would not count that wrong. Or you can use the actual years either way. So we'd have the x values 2002 minus 2000. So that's negative 130 divided by 2, or negative 65 for our slope. And then to find the y-intercept, we'll plug into y equals mx plus b. And I'm just going to plug in the first point. And then simplify. So negative 65 times 2,000 is negative 130,000. Add 130,000 to 940. And so B is 130,940. So the equation of our line would be y equals negative 65x plus 130,940. Now, if you work this problem, you may not find the exact same line that I did. It's highly likely that you won't, but you'll get very close to mine. You might have like negative 59 for the slope, I don't know, and 120,000 for the Y-intercept, something like that. And let's also think about this in context. This is the y-axis is in millions, so this is actually 130,940 million. But that makes sense because we're going down from the year 1999, 98, all the way down to the year 0. So it makes sense that the y-intercept would be that big. But that would be your equation of your line. And it says about how many CDs were sold in 2006. So we can plug in here, or we can just use our graph, because it should be pretty obvious. But let's just plug in for the heck of it here. So for 2006, I'll move that back down. Oh, you can't see that. Multiply and then add, and we get 550 CDs. So our answer here would be 550 CDs if we used my equation. If we use the graph for 2006, which would be right here, yeah, that looks like it'd be pretty close to 550. But again, it depends on how you drew your line, and which points you choose. So your answers will not be the same as mine, will not be the same as anyone else's in the class. If you have every single answer the same as someone else in the class, I know there's a problem. So just expect that things will be a little bit different for everyone. So if you compare it to your answers to a friend's, they may be a little bit different. As long as they're close, then I should be able to count it right.